am very excited for today's show because we have a very special guest. And, it probably sounds cliched when a radio host says, I have a very special guest on the show, because every guest is special. And that's true all around the board, all across the board. But I'm very excited to have Jaq'Son Birdwhistle-Bush here on the show today. And, it's going to be a great time. Jaq'Son, thanks for joining the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
Absolutely. It's an honor to have you here. And so we share a little bit of a common bond. So you graduated from Topeka West, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Well, I'm a Topeka native myself. I was homeschooled K through 12, but I had some friends who went to Topeka West. One of my mentors in my music studies was over at Topeka West, so that was kind of fun. So we share a common bond there, my guy. I'm glad to have you here, and from one Topeka native to another.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of questions for you. The first being, so you have not received a scholarship offer from Kansas State. That is correct, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and you're attempting to be a walk-on to the football program.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so talk to me about what got you started with Kansas State. What got you plugged in, and what's drawn you to Kansas State since then?
So I've been drawn to K-State since I was really young. There was a time where I went to a little fun visit with my dad and my brother, and after we went there, we got to see around the whole school, got to see the field, the old field, and all that. And ever since, I was set for this school. And I've always been interested in engineering also since I was really young. And I've been told all the way since I was a young kid that this school is really good for engineering. It has really good engineering programs and all that. So, I used to like KU, I'm not going to lie, but once I did that, K-State brought me in, and I've been purple and white all the way through. So that's kind of brought me to be K-State wise and all that.
That's awesome. So have you been accepted to the university as an academic yet?
Yes, I have been accepted. I got accepted my junior year in high school to the Carl R. Ice of Engineering.
Very good, very good. So what kind of engineering do you want to study?
So right now I'm interested in studying civil engineering, which is what my main platform is right now as far as engineering studies will go.
Okay, great. I know that I had mentioned this to you before, but one of my close friends, he's a roommate of mine here at K-State, did the civil engineering program. So I'll have to put you in touch with him. He's a great guy. Has some good insight from someone who went through the program. So let's talk a little bit about football. What were your stats your senior year for Topeka West?
So as far as offense, I got stats, and the only reason why I got stats was because I got nominated for this Kansas nomination thing where they nominated like 3 of us football players. But for offense, I ended up getting 12 receptions for 169 yards. But unfortunately, like I said, mentioned to you before, where I come from, we don't really have opportunities where we have the things that give us stats. So I never got any stats for defense, although I will say I was one of the best players on the team as well as in the city. And if I did have stats, I could tell you right now that I would be one of the ones on the top, which is also another reason why I got nominated for the nomination as far as football here in Kansas.
So that was a statewide nomination then. It wasn't like an all-city team, or were you on an all-city team?
No, yeah, it was statewide.
It was statewide. Okay, cool. That's awesome. So what position do you play on the offensive and defensive side of the ball?
So when I played in high school, on offense, I used to play a slot receiver on the inside, and then on defense, I used to be a linebacker, outside linebacker / middle linebacker.
Okay, what position did you prefer? What did you enjoy playing more?
I really liked outside linebacker, but I figured out throughout the season I kind of really excelled in middle linebacker and also D end. There was a game where I had to go to D end because we needed some help to stop a certain player that was really good when it came to running the ball, and I did pretty well there. I'd say I probably one of my best games on defense, but I'd say I have to prefer outside linebacker, although because it's just my primary position that I've been playing for the past 4 years pretty much on defense.
Okay. So would you consider yourself like a run stopper, or are you more of a coverage linebacker?
I would definitely prefer myself as a run stopper. There's many times where you would see me chasing down someone in the backfield, getting into the backfield, their fastest running back, getting from one side of the field to the other all the way across and running them down and getting to them. And even though I was probably better at that, that doesn't mean I wasn't also good at coverage, because I also had pretty good coverage stops and all that.
Okay.
Well.
Cool. So you might have this information more readily available. What's your 40 time?
My 40 time, I've been trying to bring it down. Being a linebacker, which I'm trying to currently convert to a cornerback, usually average around the 4.9 to 4.8. Now I've been running around the 4.8 to around 4.7, trying to bring it down to at least a 4.6 to have a good average time.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's great. That's great. So my brother ironically played 8-man football in high school, and he played D end, and he everyone was shocked when he's kind of this quiet, tall kid, and then he blew everybody out of the water, ran like a 4.7 40 or something. It was like, what the heck? Where did that come from? Like, bro, what are you doing? And he actually since went on to go commit to KU, ironically, for track and field, to throw the hammer. But that's irrelevant. Talk to me about what you feel like you need to improve to get a look from the coaches from Kansas State that you want to get.
I'd say the one thing I'd have to improve, honestly, is what we were just talking about, my speed.
Okay.
Because I will say I am very quick. I'm very quick on my feet when it comes to shifting and, turning my weight. I could say I could easily outrun most people, but when it comes to speed, that's something that I could work on, although that's not a huge problem. Although I will say I feel like I have a different type of speed when it comes to running down someone, apart from just running just to run, because I feel like I have a different type of go get at it, if that makes sense, when it comes to chasing someone down for a play to make a play and things like that. And but when it comes to quickness, I'm very quick on my feet. I can shift very well. I can turn my feet very well and things like that. So that's the one thing I'd say I have worked on, even though it's not the biggest issue, but I wouldn't say I have anything else that I have planned to work on.
Okay, so I'm hearing you have good lateral movement then, like you move your hips really well, and you have good pursuit angles. Is that what I hear?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what specifically did the football coaches tell you here at Kansas State that they felt that you needed to improve?
So I ended up coming down last October for a college visit, and I had the chance to actually go talk to Taylor Brett with my father.
Awesome.
And basically we just got some insights on what I'd have to do. Basically he told me I have to get some clips from my season, get those turned in, so because they want to see those videos of me pursuing people, chasing people down, getting those good tackles in. And he was telling us that, backer size is different from high school size when it comes to college.
Sure.
So he said most likely a better chance I'd have would to become a cornerback. So ever since then, that's what I've been working on, cornerback drills, trying to get my speed up, having the mindset of learning cornerback drills and such things like that. So as far as Taylor Brett, I've learned a lot of cornerback things and such things like that, and kind of set back a little bit from linebacker to transition to this new position. And that's about it as far as him.
Okay, cool. No, that's great, and I appreciate that you're the kind of person that can take a constructive criticism from a coach and then be able to vault that and say, okay, this guy knows obviously something about the game, and I think that this is a good route for me to pursue based off of his feedback. That's professional anywhere in life, not just in sports, but definitely that kind of mentality is going to serve you for the rest of your life. So keep that in your pocket. If there's one thing I can offer you from advice from an old guy like me, not really, but like if I could offer you any advice, that's what I would give you, is to hold on to that, because that's going to serve you well forever, beyond the time when you're finished playing football. So one of the reasons that I was able to find you is because I saw one of your sweet training videos that you have on Twitter. Like, you're just killing it, man. You're out there hitting up social media and showing that you grind, which is really important in today's media, and just getting a hold of coaches and getting eyeballs on your stuff and your content and your work ethic. So what's an average workout for you look like?
An average workout, it kind of depends on the week, because I like to switch it up a little bit,
Sure.
Not keep everything the same and repetitive. But usually I'd have probably a quick little workout in my room, like some push-ups, body workouts, sit-ups, and such things like that. And then I make sure to get my conditioning in, because being a corner is something that, you have to run a lot. Probably going to be running one of the most ran positions on the field, and then also try to get a little lift in here and there, but I'm more primarily focused on getting conditioning in and footwork drills in, because those are the real important things. And also a big important thing that people leave out is eating. I make sure to have a good eating habit. I've changed my habit since I used to be a linebacker, because I used to be a little bigger, and I've turned my fat into muscle lately, lost a little bit of weight, but it's coming back now. So I make sure to also eat as well, drink tons of water, run every day, and also, just, keep sometimes 1 to 2 workouts a day, depending on how I'm feeling, but making sure I'm also not working too hard so I don't overwork my body. So that's usually what I do, like, weekly, and I kind of change it up and things like that. And also, one more thing, I try to implement different types of workouts, like going to the pool sometimes, also going into the sand. And also lately, something that I've got an interest in is calisthenics, which is something that I really have had a grown love for, because I think it's really improved also with my athleticism and such things like that. So.
Okay, no, that's great, and that's interesting that you said that, because I was about to ask you about if you've been doing any calisthenics, and then you took it right out of my brain. It's like you were thinking about what I was thinking about. So Kansas State, it's pretty obvious that they have a walk-on tradition that stems back to specifically Coach Snyder, and I pulled up some statistics here. Since the 90s, 46 guys have walked onto the team and have been met with success. 9 of those players have gone on to achieve All-American status, and 8 of them have gone on to play in the NFL. Specifically guys, big-name guys like Jordy Nelson and Ryan Mueller. Guys like those have gone on and had major success after they've become a walk-on at Kansas State, when a lot of other programs wouldn't have given them the time of day. Is that intimidating to you, or does that give you hope that you can be one of those guys too?
No, that can never be intimidating to me. That definitely gives me hope, and that hopefully brings hope for other people for future generations and years to come as well.
Yeah. Is tradition a big thing for you in, like, where you wanted to be recruited? Does Kansas State have the tradition that you want, or is that kind of irrelevant?
Of course, it's a tradition that I think is very relevant, and I think it's something that will most likely continue on for many years.
Sweet. Yeah, I think it probably will. Kansas State has made their bread and butter off of grabbing guys, gems, especially out of our own Sunflower State, right, and building them up into 5-star athletes that go on to have successful careers in the league. And so we're coming up against our first break, but talk to me, if you had a message for any of the K-State coaches that might be listening. You never know who's tuning in. What do you have for them in terms of a message, and what are you prepared to do to be successful at Kansas State?
Well, what I'm prepared to do is I've already been preparing for the past 4 years. This is something that I've always have hoped to have the opportunity to come across, and now it's coming. Something I'd have to tell the coaches is I'm a very hardworking young man. If you gave me a simple spot that no one else would want to take, I would take it in an instant. I'm very involuntary. I'm a leader, and I would follow these things and also be someone to teach these things to other students and friends as well, to do things to go out of their comfort zone, to chase their dreams, even though some people might believe it, because trust me, there's some people that's been telling me things that that I don't agree with or they don't agree with, and that's just something to push me more. So it'd be something great for me to work as hard as I can, and being a very scholar student who's been in higher level classes, this could teach me something as well as, and time. Sorry.
No, it's okay. No worries. Well, we're running up against our break here, but I'm just going to put this out here for all of the K-State coaches who might be listening, and all of our fan base as well. This guy's a physical athlete. He's got speed. He's got strength. He's a hard worker, smart, cerebral player, and a leader. I don't know what more you can ask for in a recruit like Jaq'Son Birdwhistle-Bush. You can go find him on Twitter at JaqBush, JAQBUSH. You can follow me on Twitter at KG Van Camp, VANCAMP, like the pork and beans, but unfortunately, there's no relation. Jaq'Son, thank you for being on the show, and I'm hoping to see you on the gridiron someday here at Kansas State. You've been listening to Training Camp with Kolby Van Camp on Wildcat 91.9. What's going on, YouTube? This is Kolby Van Camp here, the host of Training Camp on Kansas State University student radio station Wildcat 91.9 FM. If you like the content that I've been putting out, be sure to hit the like button, smash subscribe, and ring the heck out of that bell so that you never miss another one of my shows again.